update a little bit. A little upset, a little ticked off. I don't know what you want to call it. I had my nutritionist and my social workers and my internist appointments today. Had my the nutritionist first, and she, everybody has to deal with that. You get a million questions: how you eat, how you don't eat, what you eat, everything. She asked a question about how I eat. Am I an emotional eater? It was just one of a million questions. And I'm typically not. I do eat when I'm mad. I will go and I'll eat something, or I'll make something to eat when I'm pissed off. I don't get pissed off that often. In the past, over the last little while, probably from July to the end of October, I was having an issue with being angry because I'm bipolar and my meds were steadily, I was declining and I had to go get my meds reorganized, and I had to get re-diagnosed, say yes I was bipolar, and then they changed my meds and got me on something new, and now I'm fine. But during that time, I was getting angry a lot. That's why it's very fresh in my memory. I get really that pissed off enough to eat maybe, I don't know, not very often, like that angry, like maybe once every couple of months or something. But during that time, it was a daily thing, so it was really fresh in my memory. So I said, yeah, when I get angry, it was like a blanket. When I get angry, this happens. So now, of course, I'm an emotional eater, according to her. And that didn't really occur to me that that's where she was heading with it until after I got out of the appointment. And she gave me things that I need to do, that I can work on, that I can chart my emotions and when I eat and when I don't eat and all this other stuff. And she says, it takes 21 days to make a habit, yada, yada. I know that, right? So she says, I'll see you back 3 to 4 weeks. And, it's fine. It's no big thing. And it's not a big appointment. It's just reassess and, go from there and everything will be fine. It's one little appointment, short, sweet, no big deal. And I was like, okay, 3 weeks, I can do that. That's no big thing. I'll just deal with it. So then we got to the social worker's appointment. She didn't have any problem with me whatsoever. And they tried to do these appointments together on the same day. And that's fine. That's okay. She said she didn't have a problem with me. So I'm like, yeah, I had a good handle on everything. It was no big deal. And then she asked me if the nutritionist had wanted to see me again. And I said, yeah. And she asked me, what the deal was. And I told her. And she says, oh, well, And she looked at the appointment. And she says, well, you might as well just come back down and see me too, just for a quick thing. I really honestly believe that the nutritionist had said, you're good to go, that the social worker would have too, because it was just like an aside type thing with her. So I get out back to reception to schedule the appointments. And come to find out, the social worker is the only one on staff right now, and she's only there part-time. And her first appointment is the beginning of March. Okay, so that's like way beyond my 3 weeks that the nutritionist wants me to see. And there's nothing I can do about it. I'm really ticked off about that because then I went to my internist, Dr. Glazer. He was fabulous. He was like, no, good to go. Don't worry about it. You're great. Wonderful. You're clear by me. Okay, so that hurdle's over with. So now really all I have to do is go to my surgeon and have him look at everything and say, okay, everybody's signed off on you. Let's set a date. And right now they're scheduling about 6 weeks out. So that puts me the middle of March. Surgery. Middle March. Maybe the 3rd week of March. That would have been fabulous. Great. wonderful. Um, but because of this social worker that had to see me just because I was coming in to see the nutritionist, because I happened to mention that I emotionally eat when I'm angry, and I only do that when I'm really irate angry, which doesn't rarely ever happen, but it happened while I was dealing with my meds, and that dealing with my meds only happens once every 4 or 5 years. I have to go and get my meds reassessed and adjusted and whatever, and that goes along with the territory when you're bipolar. So now it's all pushed up because I had to say that I'm an emotional eater. I'm not an emotional eater. I don't. My eating basically revolves around head hunger. I like to eat. I sit here and I think I'm hungry. And I'm not hungry, but I really want that because it sounds good. I should be eating that. Ooh, can I have that? That's what my hunger looks like. And that's why this surgery is a good tool for me. One of the reasons. And the other one, is just that I eat until I can't tell when I'm really full, you know. Well, again, a lot of it's head hunger. I'm not an emotional eater. So it's one of those things where if I'd have kept my mouth shut and really thought about it before I spoke, and it was just an aside. It was like, and if we had really talked about it, I didn't realize where she was going with that. And I understand that's a big red flag for them because they don't want people binging, because they're upset. That's, you got to learn that's a behavior that you can't have. And I get that. I understand that. So I'm stuck with this thing. And so this pushes my surgery to the earliest, the end of April, probably. Not cool. I could have had it mid-March. And so this pushes me back about 6 weeks. And I'm not happy about that because I'm supposed to be, well, that's when we're buying a house. It's the beginning of May, end of April, beginning of May, right in there. I'm supposed to be buying a house. The idea was to have my surgery done so that I could be recovering and recuperating, not dealing with surgery. You know, I understand I wouldn't be physically moving things, but I could be helping organize and, supervise and that type of thing. But it just, everything was going along so good, and I was so happy with the way things were going, and now this, and I really feel like this is my fault because if I hadn't opened my mouth, because I'm not an emotional eater, and really, this is as upset as I get right now. I'm really upset right now. I'm not pissed. I'm not throwing things. I'm not gonna go stuff my face right now. Just really irritated. So now I have to figure out how to deal with it all. How to stay positive, how to be happy. I guess, I keep telling myself it could be worse. I could be in the States. I could have, some obscure insurance company that, makes you jump through 50,000 hoops over a long period of time before you can get anything done. But I'm not. And I have been waiting 8 years to get this surgery anyway. So in the end, here I am. And because of something that was misunderstood, I'm, and the fact that the place I go to, who has one, bariatric, they have one social worker, and she was only there part-time. What? Anyway, so there you go. Other than that, everything went fabulous today. I did find out that I had gained 8 pounds over the holidays, which is not what I intended to do, but I did all that baking and crap. So, so my starting weight for pre-op is going to be 358 pounds. I'm actively switching to portion control now, regular portion sizes. I'm not no longer looking at what I'm eating and paying attention to what I'm eating and wrapping my brain around it and all that stuff. I know, I see, I understand what I've been doing, and now I'm really focusing on fats, sugars, and looking at proteins, seeing where I can get proteins in and how all that, plus the portion size. So I've made that transition now. I'm doing everything I can to be ready for this, and that was the plan all along, and I'm just really irritated right now. So there you go. I'd appreciate some comments on things that maybe I can do to stay positive. Something else I can do other than just this. It's like a weight. I mean, how does everybody else deal with it? How do you deal with the waiting or the upset, and the just, I need some help with this one. So if y'all can just send me a message, send me a comment, or don't, whatever. I appreciate you listening to me ramble and sticking with me here in my little irritation upset thing. And I will talk to you all hopefully on a cheerier note in about a week or so.